Hi guys, this is Ashley back with a new reading, and this reading is going to be on Nicki Minaj and whether she is going to do the SKAT remix. Like I said yesterday in the exclusive, Tory Lanez is willing to give up some money, not a lot of money, but he's willing to give up, 6 figures at least. So with that being said, I want to see if she's willing to do the remix and how it will be received. I feel like some people are saying she shouldn't do it, but some people are saying that she should. So it seems as though I feel like it might be like 70-30, 60-40. Like 70% of the people don't want her to do it. 30% do want her to do it. But you never know what can happen, with the general public. So with that being said, we're going to see whether she's going to do the remix or not. Before we get into anything, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. And follow me on Instagram, Ash Miracle. So let's see. Let me see this first. How does Nicki Minaj feel about Tory Lanez? Let's see that. How does Nicki Minaj feel about Tory Lanez? Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so the Seven of Swords feels like he's doing things strategically. Feels like he's kind of sneaky. Okay, so Nicki does feel like Tory Lanez is sneaky, or he does things underhandedly and then he pretends like he's not doing anything. Okay, so the Seven of Swords here, this talks about someone being sneaky. We also have the Tower card. This talks about chaos. Feels like he, brings chaos everywhere he goes, okay? Or he's a person that's very controversial, okay? So there's that. She feels like, he brings chaos. Ace of Pentacles in reverse talks about lost opportunities, okay? This probably has a lot to do with the shooter's record that never officially came out but got leaked, okay? Then we got the Two of Cups. It talks about being at odds, disharmony, not being on the same page. So it doesn't look like they fully patched things up, okay? It looks like she does feel like he's working strategically by trying to ask her to do the record because he knows that Megan probably will have a fit if Nicki does the record, like she had a fit of the baby being on the record, okay? And then we have the Three of Swords in reverse. This talks about, heartache and pain, but this also talks about when you kind of like you're working alone, okay? Like you don't really have anybody beside you. You're working alone. You don't have anybody beside you. You're on the losing end. And that's kind of how Nicki kind of feels about Tory Lanez, that, people have turned their backs on him. And one thing about Nicki, I feel like she always tries to root for the underdog. 6ix9ine, is a good example for that. When nobody was rocking with 6ix9ine, Nicki was. Nicki and Akon. So she kind of feels like he's on the opposing team. But it doesn't seem like she just has any bad blood towards him. But it does seem like, she feels like he is sneaky. He's being calculated, okay? How does Tory Lanez feel about Nicki Minaj? Tory Lanez. How does he feel about Nicki Minaj? Tory Lanez. Okay, so he's attracted to her. The Devil card is here. This talks about sexual attraction. The Death card is here. It talks about starting a new beginning, trying to make amends. So it looks like he wants forgiveness from Nicki. He wants forgiveness from Nicki. He wants to make amends. We also have the Queen of Cups. This is his energy. He's being codependent on other artists because he knows his status in the music business. So this talks about codependency in reverse. He has the Queen of Cups energy. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This talks about short-term reward. So he knows that doing the song is not right, but, well, having her on the song isn't right because it's going to be controversial. But it's almost like he's willing to do that for a short-term reward. He's willing to do it for, you know, to be trending for a couple days, okay? So that's how he feels. Okay, so let's see. Will Nicki Minaj do the SKAT remix? Tory Lanez's new single, Nicki Minaj, will she do the SKAT remix? Nicki Minaj, will she do the SKAT remix? Tory Lanez's new single featuring the baby. Will she do the SKAT remix? It seems like she wants to do the song, but she feels like it's too much of a risk. It's too much of a risk. She wants to do the song though. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, it talks about, you know, a financial loss. She feels like she's going to lose a lot of support. She feels like she might lose a lot of deals, you know, upcoming deals that she has pending. She feels like people are going to look at her sideways. Okay. We also have the sun, the sun card. This has Tory Lanez energy. This is Tory Lanez. He is being overly optimistic, okay? He's hoping that eventually him and Nicki can patch things up, but he's being overly optimistic, okay? And then we have the King of Cups. This talks about using manipulation tactics, being impulsive, and this is also Tory Lanez. She doesn't even trust him. The Ten of Swords. This talks about betrayal. This talks about trying to resist an ending, okay? So she kind of feels like overall it's not going to be worth the risk. But it looks like she wouldn't mind getting on the track any other time. Nicki's energy is very forgiving right now. She's willing to patch things up with people, okay? She's willing to make amends with people, but it's ultimately she feels like it's too much of a risk. We also have the Knight of Cups. This talks about being impulsive, doing things on the fly. We also have the Strength card in reverse. This talks about feeling weak-minded. So Nicki kind of feels like Tory Lanez is easily influenced. He's weak-minded. You know, she peeps everything. You know, those tweets that he was liking, you know, that you guys were telling me about. She knows about that. The energy I'm picking up, you know, in regards to Nicki is that she doesn't fully trust Tory Lanez. She doesn't feel like it's going to be worth it, okay? But she does want to do the record, but she doesn't trust him. We also have the Two of Pentacles. This talks about having a lot on your plate. So Nicki kind of has a lot on her plate already, and she doesn't really want to tackle anything else. Ultimately, it looks like she doesn't really want to do the record. You know, she thinks the record is hot. She likes the record, likes the baby, thinks Tory Lanez is talented, but she feels like it's too much of a risk. Now, if she wants to risk it, she can. I don't think that it would be a good idea. Let's see how the general public will receive it. If Nicki gets on the SKAT remix, how will it be received? If Nicki gets on the SKAT remix, how will it be received? Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Okay, so we got the Five of Wands. This talks about conflict. There's gonna be people coming after her. Okay, this is gonna cause a lot of conflict for her. The High Priestess. This talks about secrets. This talks about hidden agendas. This also talks about a disconnection. So it's like people are going to be pulling strings behind the scenes. Okay. She's going to have, you know, somebody on her back. Okay. The Star card, this talks about being hopeful for the future, being, you know, trying to see things in a positive light, but ultimately is going to really hurt her career. Okay. Because, you know, people are going to be like, oh, you work with people that are abusers, is going to have a negative impact. the Page of Swords. She's going to be fighting people off. The Page of Swords. This talks about fighting for something, you know, resisting something. So it's going to hurt her in the long run, okay? So it would not be a good idea. You know, a few people are going to like it, but it's going to ultimately is going to put a target on her back, basically. On the inside, behind the scenes, and on the outside. So if you guys like this reading, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. This reading was strictly for entertainment purposes only, and I hope you have a great day.